No matter what industry we're talking about, when companies get ambitious and they start to innovate and they try stuff new, they think outside the box, we as consumers need to understand that, and we need to be less critical. We need to support it and we need to encourage it, because in the end, when companies start making better new ideas, they're complicated, they take a while to get right, but we all win at the end because now we get advancement in technology and advancement in whether it be firearms like this product. And let me tell you, the Tech MDR is an ambitious, complex firearm. This is nothing like any other firearm on the market. They've tried so many different things with this rifle. This is what it looks like broken down. This is the lower receiver, and then you have the upper right there. And together, they're the size of a normal rifle. And then they stack on top of each other to get half of a rifle with the same size barrel. But anyway, the glory of the bullpup. Here's a look inside of the lower receiver. And you have this bar that starts right here and goes all the way back, follows along there. This is the mag catch, and then you have one magazine release here and one here. Now you'll see that whole bar moves. Mine's getting stuck. It doesn't do that while the rifle is assembled, but I think that this is just a telltale sign that something in this lower, I don't know whether it's just a tightness tolerance issue or there's something actually catching, but as you can see, it's getting a little stuck. So I noticed while I was shooting this, when the bolt is locked back on an empty magazine, you can't press this. It's just way too tough. You have to come back here, use your knuckle, and hit it there. When you are putting this rifle together, let me tell you, this pin and this pin are extremely tight. There's also another pin over here on the upper, and it's right there. This one, not so much. It's not quite as tight, but you are going to need a tool. You can't push them out by hand for sure. And I'm going to jump off and assemble this off camera because I'm going to need to give these a decent tap. So this is how I have my rifle set up right now. I have a Swarovski Z6i. This is easily the best 1-6 on the market, period. It's the lightest, clearest, best functions. It's just an amazing 1-6, and it goes well with the 308 cartridge. However, I think the MDR, it's so maneuverable, it's so small. I mean, I feel like this is more at home on my Scar 17S, and this just needs a Neotech. I mean, it's not super light, but it's balanced so well that it doesn't feel heavy. Being 8 pounds, it feels more wieldy than my Scar, even though my Scar is lighter, just because the Scar is so much bigger. As you guys can probably tell, I'm excited about it, even though my particular rifle is, by all fairness, running like shit. But I just love what they're trying to do, and as I said in my first video, I feel like they're almost there. And if I can get this thing running well, I would love this rifle. It's just so cool. I love the concepts. I love the ergonomics. And once everything's running smoothly, this is going to be such a real winner on our hands. As before, the right side still doesn't work. Right side of the charging handle. It won't drop the bolt. Still getting caught. Left side works perfectly. So that didn't loosen up or change with all the rounds that I put through the gun. So it's not something that needs to be broken in. That's just something that must be physically wrong with the charging handle on that side. The manual has a strict break-in period where you need to set the gas setting to adverse for the first 100 to 200 rounds. And then after that, you can put it to normal and the gun should run fine. That's just to break the gun in. That's their protocol, so I followed their protocol. And for the first 120 rounds, I had it on adverse. Here are some cases that I shot. This is Lake City M80 ball, and as you can see, there's like a little line right there, and if we look under there, there's like a perfect indent of the extractor. Now, in some cases, it ended up doing this. And you can see it actually tore the rim right off the case. And this case actually got stuck inside the chamber. It happened 3 times total. It happened twice on the normal gas setting and once on the adverse gas setting. And it was all with this Lake City M80 ball. Those are my only 3 malfunctions. I had no other malfunctions with this gun. If you remember in the first video, we talked about this upgrade card and how my rifle said that it was not upgraded with the hammer spring and the new extractor, but that the customer service mentioned that it was. Now, with further talking to the customer service about these broken cases, they've discovered that there was a miscommunication, and this gun does have the old extractor, and that's where these broke cases are coming from. Double feeds occurred, and I had to take the gun apart and get a cleaning rod and jam them out. They weren't stuck in hard, only just a couple taps with a cleaning rod and they pop right out. But you don't want that happening, especially if you have this as like a defensive rifle. Ejection was perfect once the case came out. It ran on adverse and normal settings. I shot some Federal soft tip 308. None of that had any issues. I probably shot about 80 rounds of that and then about 100 rounds of the M80. And the M80 has a softer brass, so that's where this problem came from. That's some stuff that you're going to have to watch out for with this rifle. You need to make sure that you get a fully upgraded one so you can rid yourself of most of these issues that I'm having for sure right off the bat. Other than that, some shooting impressions that I had with this gun, it doesn't recoil that bad. I shot sitting on a bag to sight in the optic, and then I shot standing, and none of it was uncomfortable. It was all pleasant to shoot. I never got tired of shooting it, all 180 rounds. Did them all back to back. The front gets a little bit hot, just like any other rifle. The plastic handguard, if anything, shields you more than the aluminum would. So yeah, once I can get this thing running smoothly, this is going to be an awesome little gun. I'm going to throw an EOTech on it, get this thing light and fast and maneuverable. That's the way I want this rifle set up. I'm going to throw my Z6i back on my big ass Scar. And yeah, I think this is going to be fun. I'm going to put the 300 blackout barrel in this thing eventually. I think that will be awesome. I think the ambition and innovation put into this product should be applauded and not scolded. So even though this gun, by all fairness, is running like crap, I think that this is an awesome rifle. So that's it for update number 1. This gun is going back to Desert Tech, and we are going to get the charging handle fixed, the mag release fixed, and hopefully I can get the new hammer spring and extractor in there, and we'll be good to go. And I'm also planning on taking this rifle to a class with John Lovell of Warrior Poet Society. Going to do a rifle class, and this is going to be my go-to rifle for that class. I think that'll be super fun. I think it'll be a great test of its maneuverability and its actual usefulness in a training situation. And alongside guys that are all using ARs and AKs and stuff, it'll probably be the only MDR. So I think that'll be pretty cool. Maybe we'll see what John thinks of it. See if we can get him on camera. We had him once and we lost the video, so maybe we'll get him on there again and he can give his thoughts on the MDR. Catch you later, guys. Thanks for watching. Update number 1. The MDR progress bar is moving. See ya.